Happy Wednesday night, happy stamping night, crafting night. If you're watching this later, this is made for Facebook. We're on Facebook Live every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central. And for those of you watching on Facebook, if you want to comment and reply, and for those of you on YouTube later, you can subscribe. And at the end, I'll make sure to remind you about that. So thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Thomas with C2C Stamping, and I'm excited to have you guys on live with me. Tonight we're going to be playing with the Seasons of Fun stamp set. This is actually a hostess stamp set. So if you hostess a party, or your order reaches $150, you can purchase this set for, I believe it's $12. And I'm really excited about it. And I'll have to tell you guys a couple of stories that go along with it. So if you're here, make sure you comment, because then I can see you're here. And let's get crafting. I'm gonna grab a couple things. We're actually going to color this with watercolor pencils. So that will be what we do today. So let's rotate, and then I'm going to pull this up on the laptop too. All right, so let me move a couple things. And I might end up, doing that. All right, so we're going to use some paper from the hostess pack called Pattern Party. That's a fun set, and just pulling this up so I can see your comments while we're crafting. All right. Hey Pat, how's it going? All right, and then we've got, I'm going to use this to kind of, let's see, make sure I can see where we're at. So we're a little bit farther over. And then I've got a new hostess code for the month. So the hostess code for the month is SUEV4CCU. And if you can use the hostess code for me, that would be really helpful, because then it associates your order with me. If your order is going to be more than 150, don't use the hostess code, and then you'll get your own hostess code benefits. And I have a few spots left in my coloring class where you'll get a set of Stampin' Blend markers. If your order's over $100, you'll get a special class from me with, like, I think it's 12 or 10 Stampin' Blend markers and some instructions and some fun projects. So that'll be great. So this Pattern Party paper has a bunch of fun colored images on one side, and then the back of each of them is black and white. And so there's a ton of paper in here, and this is one of the papers. I thought that would be a lot of fun to partner up with a little girl who is dressed as a pumpkin. I don't know if you guys heard a couple weeks ago when we were chatting about this, but I was a pumpkin for Halloween. I did not have roller skates. I was not that cool. But this is very reminiscent, and my mom made the pumpkin, and she even made the little pumpkin hat, and she sewed the whole thing, and it was all full of stuffing, and anyway, super cute. So I'm definitely going to be making a card with this, and then I'll probably make a card with one or two of the other ones too. So you'll have to check that out later in the week, and I'll be doing a blog hop later in the week as well. So we have two sets of watercolor pencils. We have one set that has some, what I would consider basic colors. And then we have a second set that has like some brights and just some extra colors in it. So this is actually both watercolor pencil sets together. And if you get watercolor pencils from me and you want to get this insert, I have this. I need to go find it, but I know I still have it. But it is nice to kind of know what you have. The way that I built this, and we don't sell these anymore, but you could put them in. This is actually a double wide. So this is like a wood mount case, and you might have an old wood mount case, but I just built little pockets in here for the colors because I found it helpful just to have my watercolor pencils kind of stored away. And so I will, I like having both sets. They're not very expensive, and they're a really good deal. And then I do like having my Stampin' Blend, my blender pen, available to help kind of blend some of the colors. So we're going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is shimmery white. I don't want that. Oh, I already had it out. Just like that. So we'll grab a piece of basic white cardstock so we can cut a piece down for her. And then we're going to grab some pumpkin pie, because nothing says Halloween like pumpkin pie, right? So we're gonna get a piece of pumpkin pie and we'll make our card base out of that. And got our paper trimmer. All right, so we're gonna cut our paper. We'll do just 5.5. And we'll sort it 4.25. And then for the piece for her, so this is, I think this is 100%. Like I think the image is the same size, you know, here, yeah, as it is there. So that's good. So we can easily measure and say, okay, you know, we're gonna need a piece that's what, 2 3/4 by, you know, maybe 3 1/4, just to be comfortable. So 2 3/4, 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. Yeah, that's good. So then if we look at how that kind of lays out on the card, then we can kind of decide, you know, how we want to do this. Do we want to do, you know, do we want to kind of just center it in the middle? Do we want to just do like a rim? So I think I'm going to just go one size up. So if that's 3 1/4, we could go, I'm going to go 3 3/4. And then we'll go 3 1/4. So I just added a 1/2 inch on both sides. And that'll give us a nice, you know, border piece, but still lots of orange, you know, that we can showcase. All right, so that's fun. Now what's interesting about this stamp set is that it doesn't have any sentiments. So, you know, we'll have to mix in one of our sentiment sets if we want to, you know, do that. And then when you're using watercolor and watercolor pencils, you need to use, you can't use memento ink. So you need to use either an archival ink or a permanent ink, like a StazOn. So we'll just use StazOn, easy peasy. Maybe. Oh, except I have to take the plastic off. That's really fine. Oh, that's much better. All right, so let's stamp our little roller pumpkin. Try to get that right in the middle. And with StazOn, I like to hold it a little bit firmer and make sure I get a good image. Oh, she's so cute. All right, so tricks to watercolor pencils. They're not super hard, but you'll definitely layer some color. So I'm going to use Cajun Craze, and I'm going to use pumpkin pie for her pumpkin. And I'm going to grab a really good pencil sharpener. This one I got off of Amazon. So you don't want to use like your kid's pencil sharpener on this. You want to make sure you're using, you know, a good one. And this one actually has like, sort of like, okay, if you're looking to sharpen a pencil, maybe like a matte pencil or like a thick pencil. And you don't want to sharpen your watercolor pencils too sharp. You want kind of a dull edge, but you do need a little bit of, you know, you do need something showing that you can, you know, actually use. So I like to sharpen them just a little bit. And the nice thing is you can do some blending. So I can take some Cajun Craze, and Stampin' Up's pretty good about, you know, showing you where the shading would be by these little lines that they've indicated. So we're definitely on the bottom, right? We'll have some, and then maybe, you know, up the side, right? We're gonna assume that there's a lot of like front light on her. And then we're gonna put some pumpkin pie in here. And the nice thing is that, you know, you can, if your pencils are dull enough, you can just color here, or you could use the side of your pencil if your pencil's not dull enough yet, but mine's nice and dull. And then it looks like we've got a little bit of darkness up at the top, probably because of the green piece is casting a little shadow. So we'll just color a little bit of that. And you don't have to be very perfect, because we're gonna come back with our blender pen, make sure it's wet, and we're going to kind of blend that. So I'm gonna start in the orange piece here in the middle. I'm gonna get nice and orange, and then I'm gonna kind of blend those bottom pieces in. And so then, we got the Cajun Craze. So nice. So now we've got a really well blended little pumpkin here. And then we'll do something, you know, probably a little, you know, we'll do her little pumpkin over here. And it doesn't need to be as dark, because we're just going to, it's like that plastic, you know? The end isn't very moist. There we go. So there's a sucralose type substance in here that makes this work, which is nice. All right, her skates, we definitely need her top to be orange. It's so funny. I remember what it felt like to wear this outfit. I remember what the fabric felt like. Like it's funny how memory does that, you know? I'm gonna use Granny Apple Green, because my mom's was pretty bright. The other green, we could do Old Olive, but it's kind of a, I don't know. Old Olive is it's definitely a muddier, it's not as bright and fun. So I think we're gonna go super bright green on this. And then, you know, if you have your pen and you just wanna like, you know, that one's pretty, this might be my old one. Oh, that side's still pretty wet. And you can just kind of clean it on the side and then make sure you don't want any orange to get in there. Nice, okay. Then we're definitely gonna give her some orange skates. Yeah, Stephanie, this set is really cute. So again, you can get this set if you have a $150 order. So one of the ways that you might want to do that is by renewing your prepaid paper pumpkin. So that's a nice way. If there's a Hostess set that you really like and you want to do that, you could do a prepaid paper pumpkin. You could also do it by you know, if you've got some items that you want to buy from the holiday catalog and you go ahead and stock up on, you know, envelopes or other things, supply items that you know you need, it's not super hard to get to 150. You can also go in with some friends and see if anybody else needs to place orders, and that can be something you can do. All right, so I'm trying to do her outfit, black and white, and so she looks a little like the Hamburglar at this moment, but I don't remember what I wore underneath mine. I think it was, I want to say it was just like black tights and like a black turtleneck or something. I don't remember having these fun striped things. And then we'll want to give her some flesh color, which we have. That's crushed curry. We definitely don't want crushed curry. So we've got some Calypso Coral, which is not super skin toned, but you can probably, you know, do a little light dusting and I think it would probably be okay. And so we can do a little light color on her face. We'll definitely want to make sure we've cleaned off the pen before we, you know, make that happen. But yeah, I'm kind of pinky anyway, right? So, and then we'll color her hair. I like her curls. I did not have bangs. That was not. So I will say, like, watercolor pencils are pretty forgiving. It's easy to color. It's easy to, you know, use the blender pen and kind of fill in, you know, the holes and the patches and stuff. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, I like her a lot. And then we'll do this, and then we need to get some fun. Yeah. So we've got these fun Halloween stars. They're these adhesive-backed sequin stars, and they're super cute. So we will get her going. All right, so bone folder in here, and let's see, we're gonna tape run this down, but we're definitely gonna pop her up with some dimensionals. So thinking about the holidays, who, like, do you need to send Halloween cards to? Are you gonna do treat packaging? Like what? Thinking about Halloween, what's your plan for Halloween? Are you gonna do some boo bags for the neighbors? Tell me what you're thinking for Halloween. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, she's super cute. Awesome. And then let's put some of these guys on here. And they're adhesive back, so if the adhesive doesn't come with you the first time, stick it back on and try again, right? And then I think I've got some little stars and some big stars. So cute. Oh yeah, Stephanie, that's gonna be so great. So what Stephanie's talking about, she said she can't wait to try to make the wheelbarrow. So the paper pumpkin box this month, so you have until September 10th to subscribe, and the box itself has cutting guides on it to make the box into the wheelbarrow, and the kit includes the stickers to hold the wheelbarrow together, which is super cute. And then what goes in the wheelbarrow are cute little apples and pumpkins and these cute little treat boxes. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be, we used to have really cute home decor kits. Stephanie and I have several of them, and we had a really cool wreath, and then we had this neat witch's hat, and I love little home decor pieces for the fall holidays, and I think that's going to be really, really fun. So look at this, y'all. This card went together super fast. I might put a little, like, you know, sentiment or something here. I might just stamp on the inside and do a little sentiment on the inside. I think this is going to be the Halloween card for my mom because I think she's going to love it and think it's fun. And you know, one of the things I like about the watercolor pencils is, let's say that you want to bring some more definition in here. Let's say you want to add more shading, right? You can actually come back and you can add more. And so you can say, okay, I want to really make the bottom of this really dark. And so you have that opportunity to do that. And then you can come back with your blender pen and you can blend that stuff in, right? So that's what's really cool about watercolor pencils, is that you don't have to be done with a project. You can come in, do some stuff, then you can go do something else, come back, add some more color. So I do love that, and I think it's a lot of fun. I know, Stephanie, I love a good home decor project. So I'm super, super stoked that they're doing that with the new box. So, and I wanted to make her pumpkin a little bit of a different color than the one she was holding, right? So, so I might add a little bit more of the Cajun craze, like up in her little, you know, her little top piece too. Just so that we can make it just a little bit different colored than the pumpkin she's holding. And that just blends so nice. If you don't have the watercolor pencils, I highly recommend them. They're really easy to use. And they're fun. The kids love them. You know, everybody loves them. So they're an easy, low stress, reasonably priced, you know, coloring tool, I think. So, okay, well, let me know if you have any questions. I'm probably going to add, you know, more to this project because I have, you know, it's never enough. I might do, like, I might make her cheeks like pink, like a little rosy pink on her cheek. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. Okay, that's super cute. Now I'll stop. Super sweet. I just had to turn it so I could see where to put it, but yay. All right. I hope that that inspires you to get some stamps out, do some coloring, have some fun. And thanks for joining me live this week. I will have another one of these cards on the blog at the end of the week. So I'll either tackle the little boy in the leaves or the little girl. So make sure you tune in to the blog, c2cstamping.com, later this week. On Friday, it'll go live, and I'm doing a blog hop with a bunch of other people, and we're all going to be showing fun watercolor pencil projects. So come say hello. And yes, you have to use StazOn. So when you do watercolor pencils, you have to use a water permanent ink, which is StazOn. So watercolor, you use StazOn, and if you're using the blend markers, then you use Memento. And I wrote blends on my Memento ink so that I could remember that, because there's no way I would remember that otherwise. So, so yeah, you do need the StazOn ink. And if you get the StazOn ink, you have to get the StazOn cleaner. I will tell you, I've had this one bottle of StazOn cleaner since I became a demonstrator 8 years ago, which is crazy. And there is still, I'd say, at least a third, maybe a half. So when you use the StazOn cleaner, it just has this ugly looking pad in the top, but you just kind of rub it all over your project. And then I just get a baby wipe. This is something I do after I'm off camera with you guys, but it's important to know. If you leave the StazOn ink on your stamp pads or on your stamps, it could eventually like wear and eat at your stamps. So it's important that you clean your stamps after using the StazOn ink. StazOn ink is permanent, which is really cool. So that's how I make things like this, right? Where I'm stamping on like a coaster. So now this coaster is completely water resistant, and you know, I can wipe at it, whatever. It's all gonna stay on here, which is really cool. So StazOn ink is awesome if you don't have it. But yeah, just remember if you're using watercolor pencils, water of any kind on your project, you know, when we had brush show, all that stuff, you have to use StazOn ink. So, but yay. All right. Well, thanks y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you had fun. And this month's hostess code, SUEV4CCU. But again, you want to get this set on your own hostess code, because that's how you're able to earn this set for, I think it's $10 or $12. It's really reasonable, and it's super duper cute. So, all right, y'all, have a wonderful night, and I will flip this up, and I will say happy Wednesday, happy hump day. You did it. Only 2 more days of the week left. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you later. Bye.